we shall study the following representation of data, that is histogram of uniform width and varying width and frequency polygon. Now here in these slides we are going to understand how to construct a histogram of a continuous group data frequency distribution with the uniform width. Draw the two lines perpendicular to each other, that is x-axis and y-axis. Choose suitable scale and along x-axis represents class limits. Choose suitable scale and along y-axis represents frequencies. Construct rectangles with the class intervals as the bases and the respective frequency as the height. Here is the solved example for you. The following table gives the marks scored by 100 students in an entrance examination. So, the marks ranges from 0 to 80, and in that 0 to 80, 100 students are there in different categories. So, it represents the number of students, that is the frequency. So, marks you have to represent on the x-axis, that is horizontal axis, and number of students, that is frequency because it is varying, represented on the y-axis. So, here you have to choose a suitable scale. If you will see, maximum numbers are here the multiples of 2. So, you can take the scale of 4. Here I had taken the scale of 4. So, 0 to 10, see the 0 to 10, how many students are there? 4. So, height of that rectangle is 4. 10 to 20, now it's the 10 students are there. So, in between 8 and 12, 10 is there. So, the height is 10. So on. 20 to 30, 60 students. 30 to 40, 22 students are there. 40 to 50, 20 students. And 50 to 60, 18 students. 60 to 70 again, it decreasing now, 8, and 70 to 80 only 2 students. So this figure represents the histogram. There is no gap. If you compare the bar graph and histogram, this is the continuous class 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30. So there is no gap between the bars. So this type of graphical representation is known as histogram. Here the class size in all the classes uniform width means if you subtract the upper limit minus lower limit in the all classes you will get 10. So that's why it is the histogram of the uniform width. Now in this session, on this slide we will see the again histogram but continuous group data but with unequal width. See here how the widths are unequal. 10 to 15 means 5 is the class size, that is width. So 7 frequency is the 7. 15 to 20 class size is again 5. And 20 to 25 class size is 5. 25 to 30 class size is 5. But 30 to 40 the class size is 10. 40 to 60 class size is 20, and 60 to 80 the class size is 20. So this table shows the frequency distribution with unequal widths. So how to represent the histogram of this type of frequency distribution table? Let's see. Here the minimum class size is 5. So formula to calculate the adjusted frequency of the class means for each different distribution of width, we will calculate the adjusted frequency so that our graph is in proportion. So minimum class size minus and the class size into frequency of the class. So here is the calculation. So if you will see in the third table, minimum class size is 5. Class size is of that particular table is 5 multiplied by frequency means 7. So that gives you 7. In the next again it is 5 upon 5 into 9. So it equals to 9. In the next again class size is 5 because in all the 4 classes the class size is same as 5, therefore the calculations are equal. Now if you observe in the 5th, the class size is 10. So minimum class size upon class size, that is 5 upon 10 into 12 equals to 6. In the last but one, the class size is 20. So 5 into 20, 5 upon 20 into 12 equals to 3. So on in the last class. Now we can construct the histogram with the class limits as the basis, means the class limits are same. But for each class limits, we have to now take the adjacent frequencies as their heights. So let's see. Here is the histogram. See here, 10 to 20, the frequency is 7. 15 to 20, the frequency is given. 20 to 25, the frequency is 8. 25 to 30, it is 7. And 30 to 40, the calculated frequency is 6. So the height is 6. 40 to 60, the calculated frequency is 4. And 60 to 80, the calculated frequency is 2. So in this way, we can plot, construct the histogram with varying width. Now in the third graphical representation, we have seen two. One is bar graph, second is histogram with uniform width and varying width. Now in the third graphical representation, we will see the frequency polygon. It is also the another method of representing frequency distribution graphically. Here is the example. The marks scored by 750 students in examination are given in the form of frequency distribution table, and we have to represent first in the form of histogram and then construct a frequency polygon. It is very easy. For this also you have to first construct the histogram and then you have to mark the class mark of each classes. Means for example, if you are taking 600 to 640, its class mark means middle number in this two number is 620. So mark that point on the graph. In the second class, that is second class interval, that is 640 to 680, the class mark is 660. So again there is a mark on this. With this, see the last 840 to 880. The class mark for this is 860. So it's nothing but the midpoint of that particular graph, rectangle. Add this all, join this all and draw a line. Whether you can draw the dotted line or straight line, no problem. So that line gives you a frequency polygon. This is how to construct a frequency polygon by taking the midpoint of the histogram bars. Bars means each rectangles. For each rectangles you have to point out the midpoint, and that midpoint you have to join one by one so that your frequency polygon forms a shape. This is how to construct a frequency polygon. Now this is time for an assignment, my dear students. First two questions is for the construction of histogram. You have to check whether they are with the uniform width or varying width. And the third example is to construct a frequency polygon. But before constructing the frequency polygon, you have to draw again a histogram. So it gives you the practice for the histogram. So my dear students, in today's session, we have learned about the construction of histogram and the construction of frequency polygon. I hope you might have clear ideas and understanding of the above topic. So you would try honestly to solve the assignment at home. Thank you. Have a nice day.